Hey, yo, what's up, everybody? Hope you are doing all right. Welcome back to the show. Make sure you smash that like button, baby. Get on it. Woo! What a interesting start to the week. I hope everybody is, doing well. We'll get through some things here, some house cleaning, if you will, and then we'll take a look at what is going on in the old markets. I will tell you what was it last night? No, I went out of town last week, so February 10th was what? Yesterday. Yeah, so yesterday morning, my little GM said, GM, what's the TLDR on crypto right now? See, I had been out of town, went out to New York City at the tail end, at probably midweek last week for the Ondo Finance Summit, which I know I owe you guys a video. I will get on that, I do promise. So I went out there and then spent a couple days with some buddies, family, good time, kind of just really checked out a couple days, and then over the weekend and spent some time with my wife and daughter. And it was just great to not even look at charts, don't even care, didn't even want to know. And come to find out, nothing spectacular has happened. I didn't miss anything. And I think today we'll take a look at the charts, but a quick glimpse over in market cap. Let me just refresh just to make sure. 2% on the day today. So that being said, again, nothing fancy happening. We're just still kind of holding pattern, waiting for lift. Call it consolidation, call it patience, call it whatever you need. Use whatever mantra you need right now to just hang in there, because it's bullshit. This is a weird bull run. Everybody's saying it, but usually about the time people start saying, fuck it, I'm out, you get some capitulation. That's when things rocket ship up. So don't go anywhere. Smash the like instead. Do that if you. That's right. On X, it's give them the people's elbow. We're not breaking hearts. We don't want to smash hearts on X. You want to just give them one of those. Anyways, I appreciate you guys being here. I know it's been a while, but hey, look at this. Look at this. This thing is freaking dope. That was in my Ondo swag bag. It is a ticker that I can update with just about any crypto that I want, which is really cool. There's been a couple that don't show up, but any one of the main ones, and you actually see. So it should be, let's see, we should get the graph next. Okay, so it did update. I'll put in the graph and pith and whiff before the show started. So you will see this thing cycle through XRP, Ondo, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, Link, VeChain, the graph, pith and whiff. And if there's anything else that we need to add to the ticker, if you're like, oh, what is wrong with you? You are missing it. Make sure you let me know. Make sure you're echoing and crackling, huh? I sound like Darth Vader. Oh, that's wonderful. Let's see. Audio. All right, give me 1 second. All right. Hopefully. Man, I see that it looks like there's some feedback in the thing on on StreamYard. I'm wondering what that's about. Obviously, you want to get in here and get things back to work and get things going. And obviously, I'll get some kind of audio issues. So, Darth VeChains, motherfucker, what is going on? What do I even do to fix this? Why would this be happening? Huh. Give me a second. I'm going to give you guys this. And if I can't figure it out, then I'm going to quit the show. But I at least want you guys to watch this. Oh, Dad, how about this one? Okay. This may sound a little bit more tinny and hollowy, but how is this? Does this work better? Can you guys hear me better if I do this? I can attach that. Actually, probably there. Does this work better? I feel like it sounds different out of the headphones. It's just strange. I wonder if this cord for the plug-in microphone's dead ski. Just as bad, unfortunately. All right. Start cam. What the fuck is going on? Can you guys at least hear me better now? All right. I don't know why this thing's acting all crazy. Man, this is silliness, and I feel like this is crazy. But why would everything just like stop working all of a sudden? All right. How we doing? Are we back? Nah, I'm using like Elgato 4Cam or 4K things, like high-speed cables. Good now. All right. We're back, baby. What's up? All right. Jesus. I'm going to take a little sip of this here. All right. I'm glad we're back. Thank you, guys. Thank you for letting me know that we were having an audio issue. So I have a new cable. What I did was completely turn off the road. I got a new cable going into the computer. It must be that was the issue. Because it didn't sound like anyway, let's take this banner off because we are good. All right. Well, I think you guys, we don't need to redo the whole freaking intro. So my apologies. Welcome. Smash the like, hit the hearts, do the things. Man, that's frustrating. One of these days we'll have a good show. Did you hear me talking about my ticker that I got at the Ondo Fest? Could you guys understand that? This thing? I love this thing. This thing is so cool. I'm very excited about it. I already want like more that can do more than just do crypto prices. But anyway, welcome to the show. Thanks for hanging out. Thank you for, I thought RFK was the host. Man, that frustrates me. It frustrates me when my technology, my micro, because this thing's plugged in. Like, why wasn't it working? Anyway, we got it figured out. That was a good one. Trade fly. I like that. All right, let's just, you know what? Let's just get into the show here. All right. Let's make this, I'm going to make this bigger. There we go. There we go. All right. Now we are here on CoinMarketCap. You can see, like Darth Chains was telling you earlier, the crypto market cap is down almost 2% today. So you can see 3.13 trillion down almost 2% today. Volume down almost 13%. And as you can see, the rest of the stats as they go across the top, you got Bitcoin dominant 60%, ETH 10, gas 1.3. Fear and greed down to 37. Let's take a look at that. Woo! Look at that dip this thing has taken. Let's go. We can zoom this, right? I thought we could. Let's just go the last 30 days. Here we go. What is this in comparison to? That's the Bitcoin price. We don't really care about that. But man, oh man, as you can see, this thing has definitely taken a little dip in the last several days. So we are in the 30s. Would love. Can we customize the little ticker? We can. What's happening? We can definitely add other coins that we want to put in there. Just let me know. Like, what is happening? Is the camera frozen on your guys' end too? Am I getting hacked? Like what? Like why does this kind of shit fucking happen? Anyway. Fear does bring the sales. That's a great point, Meg. Shout out to the chat. We got the homies in the crowd. We got Meg. We got Carrie. We got Mike Lowry. Yeah, the camera's frozen. Interesting. Let's just. I'm not sure why this. Not sure why this is doing this. All right, I might just. I'm about to be frustrated, as my daughter says, frustrated. That's just all right. So we're good. Everything's working, man. I'll tell you what, audio then video. You got the world against us, but we're gonna keep going. Don't you worry. So Carrie said a comment. I don't know if you guys could hear me, or if it was just the video that was frozen. But yeah, no, we could add more in there. So if you've got some coins that you want to throw in there, just let me know. We can, I think, can shuffle. I'm pretty sure that it takes all main coin. I tried to put in a couple meme coins, but it didn't pick them up. So, but if there's something you guys want to see specifically, let me know. Let me know, fam. All right, let's go back on over to the main page for Coin Market Cap here. Look at our. Let's go. We want to go by market cap here, and let's. What the fuck is going on here? Why is everything being crazy right now? Here we go. Bitcoin 95.4 down almost 2% today. ETH down to 2,600, almost 3% down today. You got XRP 241 down a little bit more than 0.5%, and Solana down to 196, down 2%. BNB up big today. Big comparatively, up 3%, up 11.5 almost on the week. Everybody knows that the meme coin scene has come alive over on the BNB scene. I've been looking at some headlines, been seeing that lately. Today, what else we got? Cardano up 10%. What's going on there? We're gonna have to figure that one out. Isn't he? I believe that. Let's see. I don't know actually anything about that. So if you guys know in the chat what's going on with Cardano, let me know. Tron, you got Chainlink, Chainlink down. But, you know, everything else is kind of stable. Let's look at our biggest losers. Where can we find our opportunities of the day? Things that we want. Onyx coin. I'm not investing in that. I don't know anything about it, but well, XCN. That's a is bozo thing to say. You know, all right, not bad on a big down day. Athena, I'm not into that. Aptos, not me. Official Trump, I believe that that's just like run its course. Now I could be wrong, and that could be one of those things that pumps when big news happens. So wait for a low, scoop a bag, and then wait for a pump. I mean, you got 4 years of him. So at the end of the day, there may be some good opportunities to get some pumpage. So Jasmine down almost 4% today, down to 2 cents. At some point, right? We're all expecting this thing to rip at some point. It's just a matter of time. We'll take a look at it at the chart. I feel like it's on like the precipice of a breakout. We'll see how it looks by the time we get over to the charts after we get through a couple news articles that we'll get into today. Mostly we got 2 on XRP and then I think 2 on Bitcoin really, but one's kind of funnier. Jasmine sucks. Jasmine does suck, but Japan just that's what I want to make sure that I put that in here because Japan just did something with crypto, and I feel like that is going to potentially help the Jasmine situation. So we will take a look at that a little bit later. We'll look at the two XRP things, and then we'll get into the Japan thing, and then we'll finish the rest of our stories. But what else we got on the loser scene here? Nothing really crazy. 3%. Anything on the week that we should be taking a look at that potentially we're like, oh, okay. Virtual still. I mean, you know, we got that thing up at like the 254 range, if I'm not mistaken, 225, something like that. I don't know, 225. Those numbers kind of just mix up in my brain a little bit, but somewhere in there between 225 and 250, I believe is where we got. A couple of us here in the group got some virtuals. So I would consider anything below that a gift, man. You're in lower than I am. So, and I'm hanging on to it. I haven't let that go. You got Juke down almost 15% on the week. What else? Anything that we want to probably I mean, no, not really. Sweet 329. I feel like that thing will be back up over $5 before we know it, though. So pay attention to that. I mean, this is probably just the opportunity for all those coins that you got a little sack of that you may want to get a little bit more of. Check it, grab them on these down days. That'd be a good opportunity. XRP down 5% this week, 241. All right. Sold half my HBAR for more Ondo. Jake, the crypto snack, my dude. I like that. I've been thinking about, I was, after the summit, and again, I do owe you guys a video on this. I will tell you kind of in like a short summary of it is, holy shit, get ready because like it's coming. However, one of the things that I will say, and I believe I said this the other day to somebody else, and so that's why I'm going to say this versus like kind of spoiling how I'm going to do the video. But you guys have heard me say about mass adoption, how it's going to hit in the 3 legs, how it's going to be institutional, governmental, and then the retail. Well, it's kind of what I feel like is that the institutions have, some of them have been playing in the background, and some of them, whether it's their personal time or their work time or whatever it may be, they are interested in crypto and they are using crypto. However, I almost feel like I have my order mixed up, and the governmental needed to happen first. And so while we did know that the institutions were in and they were messing around, it kind of seems like they are still waiting for the green light from the government to give them the go ahead, which again, that is all happening right now. And so, you got to hear Samara Cohen, who is like, I believe she's like the CIO of ETFs, something like that at BlackRock. And we can look this up in a second. I don't want to lose the point here. But she was talking, she was talking to Nathan, and they were having a great conversation. This was the first fireside chat. And she was saying to the effect of, with her buying Bitcoin, several years ago, she, it was almost like it, it was, to me, this is a brag that she is fully equipped to understand crypto, because whatever the year was, it was several years ago, is that it took her 2 minutes to buy Bitcoin on her phone. Okay. So now, several years later, implying that several years later, she's much faster at it and she's more adept to understand, kind of some more crypto stuff. And so I will tell you that it is coming, man. Like the whole idea of the nation states, and this is something I'm creating a script on. I want to do a video on. At this point, I think we got 20 states, 40% of the U.S. here are looking to create on a state-by-state basis, strategic reserve, and having, crypto or Bitcoin in it. And so that is just going to get bigger and bigger. So if we have the federal government do it, plus we do have the states do it, plus you see other countries and other nation states do this. I read a headline getting ready for the show. There's, I think, like 20, man. There's we're getting close to where you could say we're starting to potentially understand about a supply shock on the exchanges with the amount of Bitcoin that's available, something like that. And we'll take a look at that headline in a little bit. But all right, that is our little bit of a market update there, guys. I appreciate you being here. Go ahead and smash the freaking like button. Smash the like button if you are watching on YouTube, and if you are watching on X, you know it. Give it one of those. Because remember, you don't want to be breaking no hearts. All right, let's get into a couple of our articles here. Let's bring it on up. And I think this is the number that there it is. NASDAQ Files. Now, this is from the other day. Again, this is just some very bullish. We got a couple bullish articles on Ripple that I want to talk about, because I am super excited about Ripple and where they're going and how everything's starting to formulate with, not only XRP, but how they're going to fit in with other partnerships throughout the ecosystem. And so here we go. NASDAQ Files to list the XRP ETF, stating XRP is hard to manipulate. And so, as you guys know, there was the CoinShares XRP ETF that is trying to get pushed through by NASDAQ to the SEC. Loving to see that, arguing that they've got deep liquidity and the decentralized structure of it reduces the risk of manipulation. So we'll see what happens there. We'll see how long this takes to get going through here. The trust, now this is according to the filing, but the trust holds only XRP and cash. And this is, again, the let's see, the ETF will track the Compass Crypto Reference Index XRP, 4 p.m. NY time, with the trust net value value calculated daily. Okay, whatever that means. If you gotta understand how all that stuff works to even figure that out. Who cares? That's very technical, I would think. The trust plans to create and redeem shares in large blocks called baskets. Okay, there you go. Okay, so here's the whole point of what they were saying about how it's got some good liquidity and it's pretty susceptible, or it's not susceptible to manipulation like some other assets. Here's the quote from it: XRP is not particularly susceptible to manipulation, especially as compared to other approved ETP reference assets. That was another thing that I learned. We say ETF, but they are not funds, they are products. And so we've got to remember that when we are talking about ETFs here in crypto, that they are exchange traded products, that they are not all funds. So think about that. But again, I do owe you guys a big time video about that Ondo thing. It was pretty great. It was definitely something to be a part of. And I do have show off my merch here. All right, so this was the merch that we got this from the swag bag, right? So it had that. There was a nice letter. Got an official Ondo hat, guys, and this thing is new era. Okay, look, new era. They didn't cheap out and get. Look, man, I got the Yupong hats for the Web3 Breakfast Club, right? These guys didn't cheap out. They got new eras, so we'll rock this thing. And I've got This is what they had. This is the morning edition. It's got some pretty cool stuff. It has the agenda and some information, right? So we've got the morning edition and then the afternoon edition. I grabbed a set for myself and I grabbed a set for someone else. So I got to figure out how we're going to do some kind of giveaway for that second set because I feel like I don't want to be greedy and keep them both. So that was the point. That's why I got to. And so I could keep one for myself. And I imagine I'm going to frame those things up in some nice, simple frames with some white mat board. And then those things are going to look nice somewhere in my office one day when we all sit back and think, man, we bought that Ondo between 50 and 72 cents and it changed our lives. And we'll all sick Ondo hat. I started to read your comment and we'll all sit back on that and think, man, those were the days, man, when we made those picks and we did the right thing. Ondo, baby. Ondo. All right. Where were we? Let's go to our next article here. Again, also about XRP. This one a little bit different. This one's more about Ripple. Ripple teaming up with Unicâmbio to power Brazil-to-Portugal payments. Let's see. The collaboration was announced yesterday and designed to support instant cross-border payments between Portugal and Brazil through Ripple Payments, the company's digital asset-focused cross-border payment system. The partnership with Unicâmbio. Here we go. We're going to read this quote here. Our partnership with Unicâmbio is a significant milestone in Ripple's European expansion. Portugal has developed a thriving crypto ecosystem, so we are delighted to open up our payment solution to partners there. That was Cassie Craddock, Ripple's managing director for the UK and Europe, also saying, by connecting our payment networks in Portugal and Brazil, we are facilitating faster, more cost-effective cross-border payments while strengthening the economic bridge between these two major markets. Oof, man, they are loading us with quotes. Let's go. Let's get another one. All right, so this comes from Adriana Geronimo, who is an executive board member at Unicâmbio. By leveraging blockchain technology, we're transforming money movement between the two nations. Ripple's crypto-enabled payment solution enables near instant settlement and drastically reduces costs compared to traditional payments channels, delivering real value to our customers. Let's go. Real world application. I mean, you see it. You see XRP and Ripple positioning itself in just about every corner you can, no matter where a transaction is going to be settled at some point, no matter where in the world, they will be on the end of it. And it is going to be big time. Shout out. Let's do one of these. Oh, we got to go up here. Oh, there we go. Shout out to the XRP army. Let's go. Let's get it. Man, I'll tell you what. It's going to be interesting to see how many, as countries start to talk about having, and we'll just use the Bitcoin for now, Bitcoin as strategic reserves, right? And I know that the U.S. is looking to create a basket of digital assets, but let's just use, as countries and here in the United States, individual states starting to want to implement Bitcoin as a reserve asset for, instead of holding on to cash or whatever. As that happens, and then you see, more and more countries saying, all right, well, for us to execute these payments, we're going to implement this situation and this solution and this platform. And now I'm telling you guys, like, if you have been in crypto for a little while and you understand what's coming at us, I have been here. I got into crypto kind of like mid 2017, and I will tell you, this is like since I started doing like YouTube stuff, and probably like it was like probably 2018, beginning of 2019, somewhere in that range there. And it was the whole narrative all about mass adoption. You guys have heard me say this recently as well, and I'll be quick about this. But like the whole idea of mass adoption, the whole idea of the integration of crypto into normal society, it was all a dream, right? Now it was more of a movement, and it was more along the idea of decentralization. And I think that we've got time to get there. However, that's not it, and that's not how you bring people in, right? And we'll have a really big opportunity to bring people into the space with some pretty centralized entities and opportunities. And from there, the people who are more interested, not everybody like cares about money, right? Not everybody cares about it like that they want to have to worry about self-custody. Not everybody should have self-custody. Some people should not have self-custody, right? Like, so I think as long as we find that great balance of easy onboarding, great user interfaces, I know that with the blockchain trilemma, security, scalability, and privacy, that you can't have all three. And so the whole idea of how it all worked for us, like, think about yourself, how you came into the space. Like, I'm sure it was through Coinbase or Cash App or Venmo or PayPal or whatever the hell it was. You came in through some centralized entity, and then as you graduated and morphed through your crypto journey, you started to participate more in the decentralized ecosystem. And now the whole self-sovereign, or be your own bank, all that stuff, like, all of that makes more sense after you go through your education. And I feel like we've got to allow people to come in very easily into our ecosystem. And so, all that being said, full circle, is that mass adoption is coming. It is like it is a little bit farther away than we think in some regards, but the governments are all saying we're good. Our government here in the United States specifically, we'll talk about that right now. That's kind of what I mean, is that their messaging is we're at least this administration, we are in. The institutions, again, they've been practicing, they've been learning. Not all of them, some of them, a lot of the higher, more important companies in this ecosystem in finance have, kind of built their own systems, or have been working on their own solutions, or, kind of doing things in the background. But that doesn't mean that they're just getting started. But now that we've got the go ahead and we can start putting the connectivity in there, we can start putting the products out, the banks can now start offering it to the people. And so we are going to see this thing. Boom. That's mass adoption. Like, all those arms, like, that was people like swimming into crypto. I wish I could have had like an AI image of people swimming in, but let's do that. Let's go to, no, we don't need to do that. That's silliness. That's absolute silliness. All right. Am I still coming to Futurist? That is in May, right? I believe that's the idea. I had reached out to LARPing at Karate Combat to see if they were still going there, because I know that's a whole big week. And he said that they were trying to work on finalizing some details. And so my goal is to come out there 100%. I want to be in Toronto with the fam, with my Canadian breakfast fam. And plus, we got to be doing our syrup sipping. We're some syrup sipping morning fools. Sipping that maple. Chug that maple. All right, let's get back into the news. Here we go. Oh, we wanted to move into the Japan thing. Here we go. So this is what I wanted to talk about here. Don't chug it like me. I'm going to chug that maple, Doom. I'm going to chug it, maple. I want to try that. Meg's got like samplers, almost like airline bottles of some maple, and we've got to do basically some chugging. And I'm going to be looking for some craft maple bourbon or bourbon. I don't know. We'll figure it out. We got to have some maple. Everything's maple themed when we come to Canada. You'll be seeing Wilford Brimley real quick if you chug that syrup. No, we're gonna get just blub, blub, blub. It'd be like having a whole stack of pancakes without the pancakes. That's it. It's actually healthier for you because you're not doing the starch carbs while you're doing the liquid sugar carbs. Easy, boom, slam dunk, baby. 6 a.m. Doug, my guy in the chat. Love you, brother. I want to talk to you very soon. Obviously, I had every intention to call you yesterday, but things didn't work out. We'll say that. Anyway, this is what I wanted to talk about, like with Jasmine, right? So we'll take a look at the chart on Jasmine, how potentially you could see maybe a correlation here with the policy change, some tax cuts, ETF approvals, and bada boom, bada bing, all of a sudden Jasmine starts running. Japan prepares its biggest crypto policy shift yet with ETF approval and major tax cuts. The key takeaways: Bitcoin first investment firm Metaplanet is Japan's fastest growing stock, which has risen 3,575% in the last 12 months. There are no Bitcoin ETFs trading in Japan due to its stringent crypto regulations. And Japan's SoftBank has invested billions in crypto and AI firms. From the US. Okay. Fresh wave of bullish crypto optimism. I'm telling you, that's what it needs, man. This could be the bullish news. If you were on the fence with Jasmine, I would really think about it now. Like, I have been on the fence, but when we look at the chart, I will tell you, like, man, it looks like it might be breaking out of that wedge that it's been in for a long time. And I'm not freaking joking. So I know a lot of people are super bullish on Jasmine and have been for a long time, and it's kind of been a dog shit chart, and it's been on a fucking shitty ride for a long time. But I will tell you, if the bullish news and what everybody says is supposed to happen with that thing, get ready, because it's looking like a coiled up snake ready to. Did they say anything about Jasmine? No. Crypto with SoftBank made a historic $50 million investment in U.S. crypto mining data center firm Cipher Mining. Let's see. All right. So that's, I mean, the whole point of this was to put the correlation to potentially what's happening with our friends over at Jasmine. So you're going to want to pay attention, and we'll look at the chart. We'll set our lines. We'll set our alerts. I know that we probably already have anyway previously, but we'll see what's happening now and see if we need to make some adjustments. So, all right, we have got through. Oh no, we got 2 articles to get through. What the heck is wrong with me? Swing it back. Let's go. We're going to go a little long today. It's probably going to be a little bit longer than an hour show, which is fine. I hope you guys are okay with that. I've missed you guys tremendously, terribly, so much. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Smash the like, do the things, hit the heart, do the things. Look at this ticker. Oh, look at that. It's Ondo right now. 1.36 up, 2.32%. Let's go, Ondo. Let's go, Ondo. All right. Oh, okay, here we go. This, thankfully, this next article says, backs up something that I was saying earlier, that we do have an article about this one today. $2.5 million Bitcoin, or 2.5 million Bitcoin left on crypto exchanges, signaling supply shock. So here we go. Bitcoin exchange reserves have fallen to their lowest level since 2022. Look at that. Look at this chart from Crypto Quant. So back in July of 2022, right here, there was about 3.4 million to where we are now, January or February of 2025, 2.5 million. Big drop. Look at that. There you go. You got to shrink this a little bit so you can see the whole thing at once. There you go. There you go, fam. Hey, Blocky, take it easy, my brother. I appreciate you. We'll see you guys soon for sure. Diminishing Bitcoin supply on exchanges may signal an incoming price rally driven by a supply shock. We know what happens with a supply shock, guys. Number goes up. Bitcoin resilient above 95,000 on strong institutional interest. Here we go. Here's a quote from Ryan Lee, chief analyst at BitGet Research, saying the phenomenon of seller exhaustion might further indicate that the market is transitioning from selling to buying pressure. Let's go. You know what that means? Bulls. The running of the bulls, baby. Pampalopa, let's go. It's not Pampalopa. Pamelona. That's Paloma's a drink. What is the name of the place where they do the running of the bulls? I know I'm very close. All I can think of is a Paloma, which is tequila and grapefruit juice, and Pampaloma, which isn't anything, I don't think. So I'm relying on you guys in the chat to get me with this, and I'm not going to look it up. On to our last article, and I want you to know this is where this is from. This is funny. I was just doing some Bitcoin research, and I found an article from America Online, of all places. AOL, baby. You got mail. So here we go. Let's swing it on up to AOL. As you guys can see, look, AOL. That was an ad for how much money should you have before hiring a financial investor or advisor. Man says his $700 million Bitcoin fortune was buried in a garbage dump. Here's how he's trying to get it back. There's the guy. There's the garbage dump. Not a big garbage dump, to be honest with you. Unless it's been filled a little bit. Let's see. He wants to try to get it back. The council is now planning to close the dump site in the 2025-2026 fiscal year and place it with a solar farm land. Before that happens, he's hoping he can purchase the landfill site and be reunited with his fortune. I would potentially interested in purchasing the landfill site, he's told the BBC. I've discussed this option recently with investment partners, and it is very much on the table. Man, everybody has heard this story. If you've been in crypto for a long time, you know this story about the guy who threw his hard drive away with the crypto on it. And sorry, I was just taken aback here for a moment from a chat that I have seen. That's not what I want. I got to get myself full screen over here. We got J1 Trading coming up over on the X. Shout out to you, fam. Appreciate the chat. Thank you so much. My thoughts on Ondo, brother. I am extremely bullish on Ondo. I went to the, obviously, maybe you know, maybe you don't, to the Wall Street Summit last year, Wall Street 2.0 Summit last week. Man, it was wild. Definitely super, super bullish. I got the morning edition right here. The afternoon edition's right over there in my hat. That was from the swag bag, that ticker. I love that thing. Shout out to the Ondo team, man. I tell you what, everybody that I met there that was from the actual Ondo Finance team was amazing. Now, I met a ton of amazing people, so I'm not like trying to diminish anything by any stretch of the imagination. I'm just telling you, the people specifically from the Ondo team were all amazing. Shout out to you guys. You put on a hell of an event. Am I thinking $10 or $30 for Ondo? I think, like, honestly, like, I'm a big fan, and I'm of the opinion that $100 million is not out of reach, you know, within this next year, right? That being said, the $100 million is like a $31 Ondo price tag. And I can see that happening, man. I could definitely see that happening. So there you go. Nice. Get ready. Get ready, bruv. I think like $10, $10 in like the near kind of, you know, maybe like this when we take like the next leg up, and then we have like a little bit of a reset, and then we push again. That's when I think we'll hit $10. I think let's go 5 is my next target. Hey, High Life AK, I was in the $25 camp, but I'm here for it. Originally, that's where, like many weeks ago, and if I need to go back and start looking at this stuff, I will. I was saying $25. Like, I really do think that's a $25 coin at the very minimum, especially with everything that's going on with it. But with that being said, so a lot of people told me that I was too bullish, and you know, there were some really credible people who were saying $20. And so I said, okay, here's the deal. Let's do this. Let's tame it down a little bit, and let's be conservative and say 15. And so I think $10 is a freaking slam dunk. Like, that's a no-brainer. 15 is going to be something that happens, and you know, anything over than that, icing on the cake, as they say. However, I really do think that, $30 is probably a nice peak price. But the whole thing with peak price, and why I say I'm not really sure when the peak is going to be, is because think about the whole RWA ecosystem and what it's projected. And by 2030, and it's 2025 now, and it's like now just getting started. Are we really going to expect a lot of these projects and a lot of this part of the ecosystem for it to go down for, a potential bear market? That doesn't make sense to me because of the exponential growth of these specific ecosystems that are going to be much larger than what Bitcoin is. And that's just a fact. And everybody understands that Bitcoin is just one aspect of crypto, right? It is just one thing of it. It is the king. And I get that. And it will always have, probably that place. It will always have, not probably, it will always have that place in our hearts as the king. However, there are things that are going to get larger, that are more important to the development of blockchain and crypto and this ecosystem. And, at some point we're going to outgrow Bitcoin's 4-year cycle, especially if the math and the timing and everything with these ecosystems don't necessarily need a 4-year cycle. What's the point? So we'll talk about that later. I know you guys understand what I'm saying, though. I know a lot of you guys do. Let's see. Thoughts on who this cycle SBF is and why they chose 1OK to be the top. Yo, Enrique, I don't think, dude, there ain't no way. I mean, maybe for this little like local top or whatever, but I don't think that this is it at all. Like, no way. We've got a lot more to run, and again, these nation states are just starting to buy. Like, this is starting to just become more and more public. You're starting to see the states again. 20% of the states, and like I think it was the one of North Carolina, they can put 10% of their budget. That's like a couple $2 billion worth of Bitcoin along into this thing. Like, what the fuck? Like that's just one state. You start to see these things are going to start to go domino effect. Like, a lot of these states don't have, like I come from Illinois. I grew up in Illinois. Illinois has been broke for about as long as I can remember, right? Like, this is potentially something that could get them out of being. And now you would need like a comptroller, and you would need a government that knows how to fucking balance a budget. But then that's a different story. But at least this gives them a fighting chance if they have an appreciating asset that seems to have a nice little ROI, every so often. Anyway, I could probably take that thoughts on Ondo thing down. I'm sorry. But thank you, J1 Trading, for your comment. Shout out to all y'all being here. Let's freaking go. Smash the freaking like button. I love you guys. Let's go. All right. That was it. That guy's going to go buy a landfill to go try to find his Bitcoin fortune. I would probably do the same. I mean, to be honest with you, like, if I found someone that would be willing to back it, and you're like, all right, man, let's do 70-30. I get 70, you get 30. 30% of $700 million is still pretty nice. And someone would be like, yeah, man, well, let's go in. Let's go in on the business. Let's get it. I would do it. Anyway. Let's look at some chats. You guys want to look at chats? All right. So now we are actually through the halfway point of the show. Right. And so now what I could tell you guys is, one, it's like a dream come true. Just kidding. I appreciate you being here. Like, literally so much. You could be doing anything on the planet right now, but you are hanging here. So I appreciate you. Give yourself the old pat on the back and go ahead and smash the like button if you are watching on YouTube, and hit the heart if you are watching on X. I see that we've got a lot of people watching on X. So let's do one of these. It has been a while, and so maybe people have forgotten. We'll go to my profile here, and I will show you this. Now, 24 of you have done this already. Good for you. My gosh. I love that. I freaking love that. All right. So here's what's happening right now. 24 of you have done this already. Good for you. All right. So right now you are watching the video. There you go. You're watching it widescreen like that, and you're like, dang, man, that's cool. That's cool. I like that. This is what you do. You just take your phone, you go like that. And then this stuff down here that pops down, there's the heart. Boom. See, look, it turns red. And you go like that at the end, and you're done. and you're back to widescreen, baby. And what you have done has significantly helped me out. And I'm going to just play this one more time for all y'all who missed it. This is my homie right here.
Oh, Dad, how about this one?
Smash that like button. That's my little G right there. That's my homie. That's my daughter. Every time she comes into my office, she wants to shoot a new promo about smashing that like button. So we're going to do that. So that'll be fun for me. So get ready. That's my new smash that like button mascot. And then this way, like, I don't know, I think I can like start paying her, right? Isn't that how that works? And then like, because I can just use her as like, she's talent in my show. And we do marketing. So there we go. Bada boom, bada bing. Smash that like button. All right. Let's look at some charts. It is time. Boom, 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 boom. Here we go. Ondo is the first one up. As you know, it is number one on our list. And as you can see, that's not what I want to do there. Okay. I want to zoom in on this because we are looking like we are hitting, as you guys know, what I like to call the triangle of love. And so as you can see, we are now in the triangle of love. So we've got to watch what happens here as this plays out. As we go beep, bop, boo, boom. That's what's going to happen. It's just tightening up. The snake is coiling. The consolidation is getting tighter. And then getting ready for this thing to break out. That is what I'm looking at Ondo. All of the technicals are pointing great. You got a green dot on the daily here as well. Love to see all of the, all of the indicators and oscillators and convergences. Everything is looking up. Love to see that. So Ondo, baby, let's get it. Ondo Solana next. As you can see here, has a little bit of a rough go over the last several days. However, when I say the last several days, I should have said the last several weeks on a downward slide. Solana popped up. We'll just use this one right here. This thing has been tripping and sliding 25% down on a little bit of an uptrend since, what is it? Let's go get that off. All right. But as you can see in this little lane, I just drew like a quick little line up there. That is what we're looking at as a macro uptrend. And so what we really want to do is get in here to the nitty and gritty of it and really see, all right, what are we looking at as far as support, resistance, all that kind of stuff. We got to start, setting our lines and our alerts and all that stuff. Now, I'm not looking to trade Solana. I'm not looking to buy anymore, and I'm not looking to sell anymore right now. I am hanging on to all of my Solana until we get closer to the $800 range, and that's where I'm at. If I got to deploy some into a shitter because someone says put some into this contract address, I will. You know what I mean? But for right now, I am sitting on my Solana waiting for that thing to rip until I am told otherwise, or until I see otherwise, until I research otherwise, whatever. I am basically sitting in Solana and VHS for everything in Sol. That is where I'm at right now. However, key indicator of what we got to look at is potential the activity on Solana, and looking at some of these other chains. I mean, we recently saw that BNB was starting to get more active with memes. So is the narrative changing? Is the scene changing? Is this a big shift? I will. Yes. You guys know Ben. Ben's going to be fine. Absolutely. He's just like he just wants his shit. He wants his shit back, and he wants this to be over. And we all love Ben. Ben's my homie. He's a fucking fighter and a champ, and he will be fine. We know that. All right. Let's go on to the next coin here. XRP. I have driven a bunch of lines here as just kind of some general indicators of, where we could see some support, resistance, all that stuff. And these are the kind of things that if we're going to start getting into trading on XRP again, we're going to want to make sure that we know. Because look, right here, if we had this thing set the other day, and look, we saw some activity here. And, after this, say it was, this day, we could have predicted, okay, well, there was the last couple of days that got down here. So now what I want to do is this line right here is we're going to sit and we are going to put a once per bar alert on this. So now if this thing's come back down and touch here, because it seems like within the last week, this has been a very good support level, right? So if we get another opportunity to pick up here, that might be a good opportunity to throw in a quick long, right? But I would watch it, right? In case it does plunge. We saw with the case of back here, it did go a little bit below, but here, right here, is respected it pretty well. So what I would do again, set your alarm right here on this line. And if it comes back down here and touches, this might be a great place to go long. So, boom, 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 boom. Bitty boy, Bitcoin. What's happening with it, right? What's happening with this Bitcoin? Down almost 2% today. Candle looks all right. Now, these are Heikin-Ashi. Now, remember, Heikin-Ashis, they kind of give you more of an indicator of sentiment, not so much like what your typical candle will give you. That's a disclaimer. I forgot. I always keep mine on Heikin-Ashi, and you guys can see it right here. I'm not always looking right there, but you guys would know that. But if you don't know the difference between like normal candles and Heikin-Ashis, at the end of the day, it's more of like a sentiment indicator as well versus just a candle. So, and how they start or how they, where the line starts, I believe is different than a typical candle when a new candle is formed. All right. ICP, this is one that I think a lot of people are waiting for it to rip. It has been in this downtrend, a very almost like, I wouldn't say methodical, right? Because it's not. It's not like 10 days on, 3 days off. Where you see these dumps and then relief, dump, relief, dump, relief, dump, relief, dump, relief, dump. Is this the relief, or is this the start of the breakout? I know a lot of people are super bullish on ICP. I'm not a fan of the way that the chart looks. I know that there's some conditions as to why it looks the way that it looks. However, I will tell you that at some point, this downtrend is going to end. It is going to end. And so, like for this particular, like what we would want to do, and again, my lines are not the most scientific in the world, and that's fine, and I get it. But however, it's general idea kind of stuff, right? And so with this one right here, again, this is now our trend line. So we're looking like, okay, hopefully we continue to go up, and we can set an alert on this way where if we get, okay, that's not what I want. Why can't I set an alarm on this? Oh, because I think it's a paint, not a line. So it's not a trend line. So let's go like this. So that now, there we go. Once per bar. Great. And we might have to extend that out and work on that in a couple of days or whatever. But there we go. So now we got a baseline of what we could consider ICP to have for support if we're going to start paying attention to this. Like, is this potentially the reversal? Was this the bottom right here of ICP? No, not that. I did not mean that. Like right here. I mean, I know that this wick down here, but this whole section right there, was that the bottom for this local? Because if we go on, let's put it on a weekly, right? Let's put it on the weekly and see. Because we had the true bottom. Well, I mean, pretty darn close, but there you go. That would be the bottom for at least this entire local downtrend, and potentially all time. We'll have to take a look at that on CoinMarketCap. Did we recently do an all-time low ICP? Share this tab instead so you guys can see this. ICP coming in at number 35, $7.14. All-time low. Nope. No, May 10th of 2021. Well, that ain't right. It says no data. That's silly. All right. All right, here we go. Well, let's remove this little arrow here. Here is, and let's get off the weekly. I don't want to be on the weekly. I want to be on the daily here. So here's what I was talking about for Jasmine is now we've seen it come out of our downtrend and kind of break out, if you will, in the past. But I feel like it could be different this time, right? All right, so let's bring this up. Here's Jasmine on the daily. Man, this is not quite the view that I want. Here we go. This tells more of the better story. All right, so there we go. So as you can see, this has been in that downtrend. And again, maybe the lines could be moved a little differently or whatever. But since, the beginning of December, and it's the same kind of thing. We've had some pump, down, relief, down, relief, down, relief, down. It's been a lot of this, right? And almost like it's just marching its way down with a little bit of fresh air every now and then. Just grab a deep breath. We're going down. So the idea of what we're seeing right now is potentially either another one of those breaths of relief with Jasmine, right? Where we see this thing pump right here, or this is the potential breakout. And as what I told you earlier with that news story where Japan is going to start. That's just because I made the line longer. That's all. And that's same thing on my watch. See, that's why you got to have those alerts set. Not only if I'm here on my computer, boom, I would get one there. The watch, the phone, the email, all that stuff, man. You got to have these things. It'll keep you plugged in, man. It keeps you in the game without having to like sit at your computer and just like wait. Nobody wants that. Nobody's got time for that kind of stuff. All right. ICP needs to moon already, says Jake the crypto snack. I'm telling you, a lot of these things, man, they will. I don't know what the holdup has been, or if it's just that's that thing, right? What is crypto? Crypto, it always does exactly the opposite of what you think it's going to or what you want it to do, and everybody wants this thing to fucking rip. But what has it been doing? Continuing its little slide down, continuing to make it so some people are like, "Fuck it, I'm out." Like capitulation. I don't know how many people are actually capitulating, but I know people are getting fed up with how long it's taking for the bull run to kick off. Like on the euphoria level, like there's no way that we went through. And then I know that the bull was kicking off for a while, but technically, like we had to have gotten past the all-time high first for like to be in a bull run or whatever. Joke's on me. He doesn't need these fancy alerts. All right, well, I mean, I agree. Sometimes it's better to just be connected. All right, so that is Jasmine. So hopefully we will see something big happen with Jasmine very soon. I know a lot of people are. Let's see what happens with Japan. They're going to cut taxes. They're going to kind of change some of their policy on crypto. I would watch this. I would watch Jasmine as a potential breakout. And for especially the people that have been waiting for it to happen, that potentially could be the beginning to the catalyst for that. So what will be the catalyst that will get us to start moving up in general? I mean, what possibly more? Like Bitcoin cures cancer? Is that it? Like on like a for real level, like what the fuck do we need else for crypto to go? Our president dropped a meme coin and then took the office and then went pro crypto. Our administration is like trying to change everything to being more crypto. This is the land of opportunity again. That's here, right? Like there's like, I see what you're saying now. Maybe there is no catalyst. Maybe that is it. But there can't be. Like literally, things were just getting started as far as activity and all that stuff. And I don't see it as we saw the top at 108. I don't see that at all. That wouldn't even make sense to me. Now you're killing me. Well, maybe. Now you got me thinking all sorts of shit. Like I said, I read your comments and I'm saying something out loud while I'm reading it. It's like, well, I hear myself talking out loud. Like, The age of the bull run is over. Now that would make more sense, and that would play along the line with what I was saying earlier, with a lot of these ecosystems popping up, where they're just. I wouldn't even want to say cycles. Let's take a look at what would be good is to take a look at like the traditional markets and see what they do, right? Like, what does biotech do? Like, does biotech have a cycle, or is it just as developments happen, things pop? What about some other technology or data or whatever, right? Like, what are these other verticals or ecosystems? What do they do? Is this something that the stock market runs on a cycle every 5 years? We know that the U.S. stock market went on a was it 1988 to 2000, went on a 12-year bull run. So like, things are possible, right? Lord of the Dumps. You know what? I want to talk to Nick and Flopping Grover, and I want to talk to Crypto Face. I want to talk to those guys and get some opinions from them. That's one of my goals is to especially because I'm not doing the morning show anymore. It really just frees up a lot of my morning to spend a little bit more time with my family, and then maybe go to the gym in the morning versus like having to go after the studio and then having them rag around for the evening, and then my daughter's falling asleep in the car. It's just the schedule wasn't working. We're a one-car family right now. So I need this bull run to kick off too, so I can get my Tesla, right? So we're all making our sacrifices. But I think I think that one of the ideas of what you're saying about like having some other people that we can have on the show is to replace kind of how we were having some of those conversations in the morning, and bring some other guys on to talk about things, maybe do some one-on-one stuff here with the afternoon show, or even re-record an interview and put it out as a standalone video, something like that. So we'll think about more of that kind of stuff. We'll talk about that in the chat, but I appreciate you guys for all of that and kind of sticking with me and all that stuff here. All right, let's look at, is it even worth looking at DEX tools for any shitter coins? Are we into that anymore? Because I think we looked at all the coins we wanted to look at on trading. No, we didn't. We could probably go through a few more. And by the way, Greg, thanks for the super chat earlier. I appreciate you. And all the people who reached out and who were all asking things, and we're all going to get through this. All right, let's look at Ethereum. Ethereum taking a beating. I don't really know much more where it's going to go, but we do know, and a lot of people are expecting ETH to take an absolute game-changing, direction-changing run. And so I'm here for it. I'm sitting on some ETH just ready. Everybody wants to be a part of the ETH pump, I think. If you got some old ETH, and some people you got to hang on to some ETH anyway for some of your ERC20 transactions as it is. So I ended up selling. You guys know my story. I ended up selling one of my coins into some ETH, and then was supposed to swap it. And then it was like right before, man, this is probably like right around here is where I was going to do it, and then forgot. And then ETH did this, and we had the big dump. And I said, whatever, I'll wait until we get the pump. But it is definitely taking a little bit of a shit. However, as you will see from kind of how I got this zoomed in here, we've made over the last 3 days a higher low. So we'll see what happens. This could be the direction change of all direction changes, the one that we have all been waiting for quite some time. Ooh, virtual's up to $1.30. I like to see that. This is that one, I believe. So maybe this blue line is where we got it, if I'm not mistaken. It was maybe around 254, something like that. I can't quite remember, and I have to take a look. But as you can see, has a little bit of a struggle bus since. However, again, a lot of the market has had a little bit of trouble, and so we hang on. We diamond hand. I'm gonna hang on to this thing. This thing will have a nice run, and I'm not gonna sell for a loss on this because there's no need to it. Plus, it's not that huge of a bag. But at the end of the day, like let's let some of these things work. Let's let the market breathe. There's no reason to sell. out of a coin and get into something else at this point because everything is struggling. So HBAR, see what I'm saying? Everything is struggling. This thing had done a nice job of getting itself, as you guys know, into a whole nother stratosphere from where we were looking at. You guys we've talked about this before, where if you look at some of these coins, where and the graph is one of them, Pith probably as well, right? Do we have that marked out? No, but right around here at the end of September or early October, we were getting ready to put together the October portfolio. And so, this is one of those coins where it is below that price. So if we were looking at getting it in right here and we saw it run up in November into December, but has gone down since, let's see, HBAR, that's where we were, has done a complete opposite of a job of that, right? Where this is, let's see, the end of September is like right around here. And as you can see, on a whole nother playing field from where it was down in the 5-cent range, shot way up to like 40 cents at some point over here. Has had a little bit of a struggle. It's down below. It had a range in this. You can see all these different touch points. We've kept this up because, we've been charting this thing for a long time now. But, all these touch points were a touch here against this resistance, touch here against this support. And then we blew through here thinking like, okay, here we go. HBAR on to the next level. Let's go. But no, it got held back and has since retreated all the way down, almost 50%, probably 40% or so. Let's be scientific because we can. From here down to here, 37.5%. So pretty darn close to 40%. So has done a little bit of retracement. So has a nice, little comeback to go when things kick back off. Now the question is, remember, some of the coins from the fall are down below their fall prices. HBAR really nowhere near it. Is this like it for HBAR? Is it like, for now, account on this thing being 25 to 40 cents, and that's just where it's going to be? Or are we going to see another leg up? What do you guys think? Drop down below, all my HBarbarian fans. Anybody, if you are in the HBAR community, let me know what's your all-time price for this run. All things relative, this run. I know that we've got different definitions of the run here now, but let me know. Tesla buddies, I know, dude. I want one so bad. I want an X with those doors because I keep bumping Emmy's head into the car of the Kia when I put her into the back seat. So if the doors went up, I could just I need it. Practical purposes. I sold that half my HBAR because that was my exact worry. Either way, I'm in deep profit, but I'd be happy with 50 cents to $1. I know, but that's the thing. Has it done what it, is that its pump for the run? Straight vertical almost, right? Is that all that it 50 cent HBAR? All right, so it'll do another bit. I mean, 40. I'm talking about above the 40 cents. So nothing crazy, but let's see. I'm in for. I'll probably be in for another pump and then pull out the profit on that and then get into something else. And I'll tell you what, Pith. Let's see, Moonwell. This is our one that we look at this one for Ellie. I don't know if she's in the chat today or not. So if we don't need to, if you're not here, we don't need to look at it because this thing has been stinking. However, a lot of things have been stinking. We know that. And so if it's making its turnaround, as you can see, the last couple of days it have been green. So maybe it's making its change. It's move on up. Move on up. Move on up. All right. Last coin that I got for you. If you guys got any that you want me to look up, now's your time to drop it in the chat. I'll get through Pith. And then if you've got anything additional, I will chart those and we'll see. Because I want to know, we didn't even look at DEX tools yet. So we do have to look at DEX tools. We have to look at some of our, I don't even know if there's anything that's worth looking, but we'll look at some of our favorites that we've been looking at over the last several weeks, unless I've deleted them all to start new ones. I don't know. We'll see. But here's the Pith chart. Looking like a lot of them, as you can see, since December has been on a downtrend, touched the resistance line several times, but keeps getting rejected. Now we hit a bottom back over here on the 8th of February and have gone up since. And so about 17.5 cents when that happened, up to about 20, almost 20 cents, 20.5 cents right now. So maybe, this is the magic moment that we've all been waiting for about Pith. It has been obviously one of the more, that's not what I want. I don't want to change the interval. What I want, no. There we go. I know that there are a lot of coins like Pith, right? Where, we had much greater expectations for them throughout this run, and they haven't really had really much of a showing. However, I feel like unless some of you guys are right and we are cooked and it is bear market time, or maybe just a low, and I don't mean for multiple years, like, maybe because we've got a lot of institutional money, maybe the cycles are shorter for altcoins. Maybe Bitcoin's still going to do its 4 years, and maybe it's a year for alts. Who knows? Who knows? I don't even know. But the whole idea of some of these coins who have not performed well or at all have their chance coming up, and that's usually how that works. And so key takeaways for today about some of the coins we want to be looking at. Obviously, you guys know that I'm a bull on Ondo, and I think it's going to have a great future. Betting on traditional finance, meeting decentralized finance, and finding a way to really bring in a lot of the missing components that we had for whether it's bringing offerings to the banks or offerings between themselves or whatever, to institutions, whatever it may be. That is a big one for me, and you guys know that. XRP, let's go. A lot of big news happening with XRP. So if you have been on the fence about that at 243, I think $10 XRP is definitely written in at this point, if not even more. I like $50 XRP, but I know that people aren't ready for that. Jasmine, that's in the triangle of love, if I'm not mistaken, right? Jasmine's potentially breaking out of the triangle of love, so look out for that to happen. Remember, Japan's changing their stance on crypto, and they're also cutting taxes, and so people are going to have more money. Jasmine is a cultural coin in Japan, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe I'm wrong on that, but I'm fairly certain that that's like the whole thing about it. And so that's why it has the potential to really go. And so if you see that narrative change there, well, look for Jasmine to run. ICP, a lot of people looking for this thing, man. It has been on a dog shit run since December, like a lot of things, but same kind of thing, potentially breaking out of its downtrend. So we've got a little ways to go for that to be confirmed, but there we go. All right. I think that's it. Check out Algo. I can do that. There we go. Algo. Plume is a hidden channel. I got to look into Plume. I will add that into the schedule for tomorrow. That is a guarantee because I've been meaning to actually look at Plume. So I will definitely look up Plume tomorrow because I want to do some research on it. All right. Algo. I feel like this is one of those ones where, here we go. Kind of like HBAR, right? Like it's kind of in that same situation where let's look around the end of September right here has gone up, went up 3x from where it was in the fall time where, we were looking at some of these things to add into the portfolio, has since come down, but is looking all right. Potentially you could say that we are running a flag, right? And maybe that's getting tighter. Anyway, I'll just do that for now. So potentially another thing that we're looking at here is this same thing that we're seeing on a lot of things where the directional swing has been going over the last couple days. And so, maybe this is the direction change. Also, you see a lot of, come on, get off there, man. What the hell is happening here? And you see a lot of, this up, this up, this up, and then we've seen a big fall here. I think a lot of those pumps and falls were matched, man. This could be the big fall that leads to the big pump over on Algo. I know a lot of people are waiting for that. $1, from what I understand, is programmed in on the Algo train. So definitely take a look at that. All right. So is the considered a flag throw being so long? I believe until you have a breakout, a flag can last as long as I don't know if there is a length of time. That's another thing that we will have answered tomorrow. We'll be looking at some bullish and bearish flag stuff. And so I will get that answer. Is there a length of time that a flag has to be considered to be too long or too short or whatever? With the partnership to Ondo, have you looked at Navi protocol? I've definitely seen that. We'll do some more research on all that stuff. All right. So we want to look at research on Navi tomorrow. We're going to look at the bullish flags, kind of the setups and some of the parameters on all that stuff. Or does a flag turn into a channel? I think that's probably more what it would be, is that the flag would turn into a channel. And I would think maybe, again, I don't have this drawn perfectly, but maybe if you have a breakout, again, the flag ends and now it just like comes back into a channel. It's a flagged channel. There you go. And what you should do is make sure that you guys are always minding your P's and Q's. Don't talk about the pandemic, because that is a way to get your channel flagged. As we all know from when we did that on the morning show when we had a conspiracy theory week. So, all right, that's going to do it. Maximum honk. Let's get on some of those. I will get through the show a lot faster tomorrow, through like the news and the chit chats and yada yada. It was just fun to be back and bullshit with you guys for a little while and just have fun. But tomorrow we'll get more onto some of those contract addresses. So make sure you bring them. Devi token too. Yeah, I've talked to a couple people about Devi. I know a little bit about it. And they've got a partnership, wink, wink, potentially a partnership with the NASDAQ. There's something else. There's like a couple other companies that potentially do too. So we'll take a look at all that stuff. So I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Thank you so much again. As I said earlier, you could have honestly been doing anything in the world, but you chose to come hang out with me. So I am eternally appreciative. So go ahead, slap yourself on the back. Tap the YouTube like button. Give a forearm shiver to the heart over on X. And that is it. You guys have a wonderful day. Ciao for now, my friends.